What is up, party people? It is your boy Voltron with another AMP video. So there's been a lot of talk about JPMorgan Chase and the blockchain based collateral application. Today we are going with the Faro, Connecticut. Delicious. Delicious. So there's been talks, so some people are freaking out. Some people are like, what's going on? Is Flexa network involved? So there's a lot of talks. Everybody's wondering what's happening. They're like, where did this come from? This isn't new. This isn't new news. If you've been watching the channel, I've talked about JPMorgan getting into blockchain technology. I've talked about it in reference to ankr because a lot of my research has been pointing to ankr being in the mix with JPMorgan. BlackRock is also doing something very similar, and ankr appears to be in the mix as well. So people are wondering, is this direct competition to Flexa, to Ampera? And really, competition isn't a bad thing, but they are a little bit different. It's not exactly the same thing that Flexa does. It's not exactly the same thing that Ampera Foundation will do. So just go back and watch what I talked about, what JPMorgan's doing with ankr, and I'll give you a better picture. But what I haven't seen discussed is that who is working with JPMorgan. We know, well, it's rumored that ankr is working with them, but they aren't the only one. If you've been watching the channel, I said that ankr has been working with Consensys as well, and JPMorgan and Consensys are partners. They have been working a long time together. And who is Consensys? They are one of the creators of the AMP token. So there's a good chance that Flexa network could play a role with this. ankr is going to play a role. They work with tokenization, but they provide infrastructure, and they provide the connections, the network, connecting one computer to another. And the collateral component, Consensys is probably helping them with that. And who do they work with that helps them with collateral? It's Flexa network, because Consensys, they also work in infrastructure, but they work in trying to build connections to get more people to use their infrastructure. But they don't really work with the collateral component, but their partner does. So there's a good chance that Flexa network could be in the mix. We may not see it overtly. It might be that they are using some of the technology. They'll borrow the technology, and it'll be working in the background. So I don't see it as bad competition. Competition's good, and I see it as, hey, we might be seeing the AMP token being used in the background to make these transactions guaranteed and insured. So what do you guys think? Until next time, guys, peace out.